one thing. We have been in class for 35 minutes and I did not hit the record button. That's all right. We've just been hanging out. All right, so I'll just hit record now. We'll get the end of it. All right, so let you Michelle's video first. Some of y'all might know her. Again, she's been at Eastwick Academy her whole life, and she's in the 10th grade. And so they had to, just like with the ones I showed you before, that she had to videotape herself. For high school, though, when you're in the 9th and 10th grade, your speeches have to be 4 minutes. And when you're in the 11th and 12th grade, if you give a speech, it has to be 5 minutes. So hers was the 4-minute one. Anyway, again, not everything that we do in FBLA is giving speeches. So if you ever were interested in being an FBLA, you don't always have to stand up and give speeches to people. So, you know, just wanted to throw that out there. All right, let y'all listen to this because it's just so good.
My name is Michelle Preddy, and I would like to discuss the pivotal role that having confidence in oneself and their abilities plays in creating occupational success. Millions of American workers across various industries lack self-confidence, hindering them from reaching their full potential and their goals. This lack of self-confidence stems from their years of adolescence, when most teens' confidence levels are at their lowest. In fact, according to national suicide prevention platforms, 20% of teens experience depression before reaching adulthood, making suicide the second leading cause of death in ages 15 to 24. According to the National Eating Disorder Association, 20 million women and 10 million men endure an eating disorder at some point during their lives. Most of these individuals are ages 12 to 24 years old, the critical age where many are paving the way for career success. The feeling of fitting into narrow standards and social media influences play a huge role in developing occupational success. The FBLA goal of developing confidence in oneself and their abilities is critical when preparing for occupational goal success. Ever since I was a little girl, my ultimate dream was to open my own dance studio. As a tiny dancer at age 7 in my little black leotards, side ponytails, and outrageously large bows, I would gaze up into my dance teacher's eyes, feeling so inspired, so captivated by her words of, "Believe in yourself." There I knew I wanted to be just like her. I wanted to share my dreams and passion of dance with others, just like my dance teacher had for me. Then my dreams were just a fantasy. At age 12, I was ready to start taking my dance career to a higher level, a level that could push me to become a better dancer and learn about the dance industry from a business standpoint. However, there was one thing in my way, one major thing: self-confidence. I had little to none. I'd walk into conventions or competitions where experiences laid on silver platters waiting for me to pick them up, waiting. But I had no confidence. I dragged myself into the doors of the ballrooms or the studios or the auditoriums, already convinced I was a nobody. As the problem grew into my teenage years, it prevailed. It hit me even harder. At this age, I was supposed to be gaining self-confidence in myself so that I can be involved in experiences that would help me to reach my goal of becoming a successful dance studio owner. Instead, my self-confidence was at its lowest. I would constantly compare myself to others, to the point that I was destroying my identity. The mirror was my worst enemy. Constant thoughts of, why am I not good enough? Why is everyone better than me? Little did I know, I still had that fire inside of me. That little spunk from 7-year-old me was still there, waiting to be uncovered again. I found help, I found hope, I found myself again. I found the true Michelle. I found the confidence that would lead me to success. I began to enjoy learning and dancing again because I knew I was growing as a dancer. I would come off stage after performance feeling confident in myself because I knew it was the best I could have possibly performed. I'd walk in my own. I began taking advantage of opportunities that involved me stepping out of my comfort zone. In fact, I longed for opportunities to share my passion of dance with others. Now, I'm not going to say gaining confidence in myself was easy. In fact, it was far from that. It took time, patience, and plenty of encouragements. However, learning to believe in the power of self has created a whole new world for me. Not only do I dance better, but I'm a better person too. Having confidence in myself has shown me how many opportunities are out there in the world waiting for me to pick them up. Without confidence, your ideas are meaningless, your goals, powerless. In this world, there are so many people that want the exact same thing that you want. You have to have the self-esteem to show the world what you can do. Confidence is the key to success, a key to a world behind college, a key to your dreams that are ready to be unleashed, a key to your true self. Thank you. And I would like to discuss
Can you stand it? And she's so good. She's just, that was so good. Can't wait to see what happens when she goes to States. She did that all on her own. She picked her goal that she wanted to talk about, and then she just let me read over what she had typed, and she memorized the whole thing too. She didn't even use note cards. I was pretty impressed. So that was just one I wanted to show y'all too, just because it's just so cool. Who just came in? Cora, if you just came in, we've just been hanging out, and we talked about how you definitely need to check Power School if there's anything you have to, because all my grades are out there right now, because grades are due Wednesday morning, and if you have anything you want to turn in between now and then, it needs to be done by tomorrow at 3. That's the day I'm giving you guys. So if there's anything out there in Power School that you've checked that you want to turn in, you have until tomorrow. But yeah, check everything, make sure everything looks correct. And then we just talked about these websites right here. So the last one I'm going to show y'all today is, I think it's this one. No, this one. All right, so this one is about technology jobs. Just so you can get an idea of like technology is something that you want to do in the future. These are the types of jobs that are really popular right now, which of course, you know, could change by the time you get out of high school or college, but these are sort of like trending jobs right now, and you don't need a lot of experience to get into these that I'm going to show you about, just so, and it gives you some pointers on ways to sort of get into those fields if it's something you're interested in. So it's just a pretty short video, but we're going to watch this one real quick. Maybe.
Learning tech skills is a big step. But what happens after you learn them? How do you market all that new know-how to actually find a job that pays the bills? Here's a 7-step method to put your best foot forward in any tech job interview, or even a meeting with a potential new freelance client. Step 1, get your portfolio online stat. Having an online portfolio is the best way to show employers what you're all about. This can be a portfolio site you built yourself, or even a profile on Behance or GitHub, depending on the role you're after. And even if you haven't done a single paid job yet, you can still include student work or speculative projects. Step 2, take on freelance projects. Whatever your ultimate tech goals are, freelancing is a way to build a body of work that you can show off in interviews. Remember, your first projects don't have to be huge. Consider something like a redesign of a local restaurant's website, or creating an HTML newsletter for your friend's nonprofit. Step 3, keep learning. A great way to market the skills you have is to complement them with more skills. If you've tackled HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, consider adding design skills to your toolkit, or vice versa. Or branch out into UX or digital marketing. Stacking skills allows you to be flexible with what you can do for clients, which is a great marketing approach in itself. Step 4, share your work. Even if you're hosting your own portfolio site, it's also a good idea to share your work on design platforms like Behance or Dribbble, and coding sites like GitHub or Code10. Introducing your work to a community of tech peers is also a way to impress people who are hiring. Step 5, join in tech meetups. Speaking of community, meeting other tech workers in person is another way to market yourself and your skills. Attending tech meetups, which you can find through sites like meetup.com or Women Who Code, is a great way to make this happen. And if you live somewhere where an in-person meet isn't possible, don't sweat it. You can look for communities online. Answer questions on Stack Overflow, comment on tech Twitter threads, or help out on the WordPress.org forum. Step 6. Keep up with industry news. Keeping up with what's happening in tech will help you talk about your skills in context and make them more marketable. Read tech blogs, listen to podcasts, and follow tech leaders on Twitter. Step 7. Interview for a tech job, even if you're not sure you're ready. Practice makes perfect, so why not try interviewing for some tech jobs? What's that? You're not ready? Doesn't matter. The worst that can happen is you'll get used to talking about yourself in the best way possible. And you never know. Chances are, you're more hireable now than you even realize. These steps should be enough to get you into an interview room. You can head to the Skill Crush blog for more ideas and tips. Now, go forth and spread your personal brand.
I'm just going to show y'all too the website that goes with it. And did you hear her talk about e-portfolios? Did you hear that? How important they are? So here are the jobs that she was talking about. I think there's a list over here. Yeah. So a digital marketing manager, digital strategist, content marketing manager, web developer, data analyst, digital project manager, or a web project manager, web designer, social media manager, web editor, and CMS. I think that's like management systems manager. Anyway, I thought it was pretty interesting. I put the website out there because it also has each one of these jobs and like what their median salary is. Median salary doesn't mean like starting salary, like what you would make when you first started, but that would be like if you made it your career, about the middle of the way through your career, that'd be about what you were making. So I don't know, I just thought it was interesting, all these cool tech jobs that are out there now. So that website's out there, and then the website also has the video too, if you wanted to look at it again. But yeah, I thought it was cool that she was talking about e-portfolios, and how helpful they are, because they really are, y'all. Like, even if you do something, if you are interested in technology, or if you're more interested in dance, or you're more interested in art, even if you're not in those classes, add cool stuff that you do to your e-portfolio, because I mean, in the future, you may want to show that stuff off. So. All right, well, that was my fun day for today. One more fun day with me, and that's all y'all get, and then it's Christmas break. Don't forget, go out there, check PowerSchool. Also, oh, I forgot about this too, speaking of e-portfolios. Nothing's wrong with your e-portfolio. There's a couple of people I want to, oh my goodness. There's a couple of people that I wanted y'all to share your e-portfolio with me again one more time. There was like something I made a note about, like organization, like just moving your pages around, that I wanted to try to help you guys with. So if I call your name, I want you to send me just hit the share button, which is the little person's head up at the top with the plus sign next to your e-portfolio, and share it with me one more time if I call your name. So Axel, Spencer, Garrett, Zachary, and Micah. I think those were the only ones. Oh, no, and Emmanuel. So if y'all could just hit the share button on your e-portfolio and then type my name in there. Again, that's Axel, Spencer, Garrett, Zachary, Micah, and Emmanuel. And there was just a couple of things I wanted to like move your pages around just to get them a little bit more organized before you have to go to the next class and add more to it. So, but again, nothing's wrong with it. The grade that you have in PowerSchool for your e-portfolio is what you have. So, that's about it. That's all I have for y'all. Anybody have any questions for me? All right, y'all stay safe in this weather. I'll see you on Wednesday.